And the alpha omega M3 and the EZ14 play a very important role in preventing body fat accumulation, even when food choices are far less than perfect, like these desserts and all the carbohydrate from the mashed potatoes and the stuffing. The alpha omega M3 helps to keep fat storage hormones in check. It also helps to keep billions of fat cells clean and pristine. We have billions of fat cells. We're born with billions of fat cells. We can't get rid of the ones we have. We can gain more by eating the wrong things, such as things fried in corn oil. But when you have these billions of fat cells, and just through the average diet people consume, they get trans fats, such as the trans fats and preservatives in bread. Those get lodged into the cells, and the cells don't function well. They actually get bigger. So what happens? You get fatter. But those things like preservatives and trans fats, I'm talking canola oil, soybean oil, things like that, they get lodged in the fat cells. The fat cells aren't functioning well, so they can't burn stored fat as fuel. Well, the alpha omega M3, when you introduce it with your meals twice a day, and I recommend using more on Thanksgiving Day, probably up to 12. But on a normal day, 3 capsules twice a day, what it helps to do is give billions of fat cells the essential fatty acid ratios that nature intended, that Dr. Serrano put together, and the fat cells take in all the good stuff, kick out the larger bad stuff to be burned as fuel, and as a result, the fat cells shrink in size, and collectively you lose body fat. It's also important to know that when you saturate the tissues with the alpha omega M3, it forms a very powerful barrier against future fat storage. Why? The cells are full and they're content with all these great materials that they want, so they won't let in bad stuff that's floating in the bloodstream, like excess sugar from this pumpkin pie. But the alpha omega M3 is not a generic fish oil. It is a fat cell cleansing agent. It includes EPA and DHA, that's fish oil, that are toxin filtrated. It also has CLA, GLA, ALA, avocado oil, vitamin D, extra virgin olive oil, and flaxseed oil, all in a scientifically engineered blend that Dr. Eric Serrano, MD, assembled based on many years of successful research. So you want to make sure on Thanksgiving Day you get yourself between probably 9 or 12 alpha omega M3 throughout the day with your meals. It'll help to prevent body fat accumulation. It helps a lot with joints and daily well-being, and using them consistently will have a huge impact on your ability to lower body fat and keep those levels low over the long term. The alpha omega M3 also does a fantastic job of keeping fat storage hormones in check. Normally you consume a bunch of stuffing, mashed potatoes, and desserts. That's going to shoot up your insulin levels. Insulin is the body's most potent fat-storing hormone. We don't want to eliminate it, but we want to keep those levels in check. And the alpha omega M3, with its scientifically engineered ratios of essential fats, again does a fantastic job of preventing insulin from running out of control. And if you have questions about the best protocol to use on Thanksgiving Day with the alpha omega M3, the EZ14 digestive enzyme catalyst, and the fat reduced FBO5 day and nighttime, email me and I can help you plan it out. Scott@infinityfitness.com.